Now that we have a good understanding of what the trig identities are and how we can use them to solve right triangles, we will learn how to solve non-right triangles. We solve non-right triangles using the laws of sine and the laws of cosine. We already know that every triangle has an angle and a corresponding side. We can see in the picture that side A is opposite of angle A, just as side B is opposite of angle B, and side C is opposite of angle C. The capital letters represent the angles and the lowercase letters represent the sides. Let's start with the laws of sine. Here it says that lowercase a over sine of capital A equals lowercase b over sine of capital B equals lowercase c over sine of capital C. Once again, lowercase means the side and uppercase means the angle. Since the angles have corresponding sides, each individual side can only be divided by the sine of the corresponding angle. This works for A, B, or C. You can also use the laws of sine to find the angle measurements, but that's where the laws of cosine come in handy. So now let's take a look at the laws of cosine. Here you see a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine of capital A. Then you see b squared equals a squared plus c squared minus 2ac cosine of capital B. And finally you see c squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine of capital C. Notice how the letter standing alone on the left side of the equal sign is a lowercase letter. This means that you are trying to find a side measurement. You can use this to find sides A, B, or C. Take note of how when you are looking for a certain side, the equation changes according to what you are looking for. For example, when you are trying to find side A, you take the cosine of angle of capital A and multiply it by sides B and C. However, when you are trying to find side B, you take the cosine of angle of capital B and multiply it by sides A and C. And the pattern follows for when you are trying to find C. As I mentioned earlier, the laws of cosine come in handy when you are trying to find the angle in a non-right triangle. The laws of cosine has an equivalent set of equations that are helpful when finding the angles. Those formulas are cosine of capital A equals negative a squared plus b squared plus c squared all divided by 2bc. Cosine of capital B equals a squared minus 2b squared plus c squared all over 2ac. And finally, cosine of capital C equals a squared plus b squared minus c squared all over 2ab. Take note again of how the equation changes when the angle you are trying to find changes. The laws of sine and the laws of cosine will be useful one day when you are given a triangle, but you are missing a side or two, or even missing an angle or two. And because this triangle is not a right triangle, you will be forced to use one of the laws. Now it's time for you to practice some on your own so you can be an expert at applying the laws and using them to solve non-right triangles.